person who is more competent and can take higher responsibility is appointed as a principal. Somebody who can take care of the lab is appointed the lab assistant. Somebody who can clean the rooms, clean the washrooms is appointed as cleaner or sweeper. Somebody who can take care of the books is appointed as a librarian. So these are different positions so that an institute can perform well and serve the purpose. But if we see, all these are human beings, whether it is a HOD or a librarian or a sweeper, and all of us are similar. If I don't have this clarity, I start differentiating on the basis of the post. For example, I may be there in the, you can say my lecture 9:30. I'm just preparing for that, and that sweeper comes and he says, "Sir, just go away. I want to clean your cabin." I may even, you can say, start shouting at him, "Can't you see I got a lecture, come back after 10 minutes. And so on. If I'm staying in a society, maybe you can say, suppose I'm going there, I see the chairman, I may say, "Good morning." If there is some security guard, he looks at me, salutes, I may not look at him, I may not even greet him. So differentiation may happen on the basis of the wealth and the post, because the gross misunderstanding is physical facility is equal to happiness, while the reality is happiness is being in a state of harmony. One more way in which I try to do the differentiation is on the basis of the beliefs, isms. In this capitalism, etc., etc. Nowadays, there are these, or you can say, political parties. If, in fact, in the WhatsApp group we see so many times, one member will put a message immediately, somebody from the other party will put a message. It depends upon if I am supporting one political party, who is putting the messages in their support, I feel related. If somebody is putting opposite, I feel opposed, and many times I may not be even knowing that other person. But still, the moment his name is flashed, that message is flashed, I have this feeling of, you can say, opposition, differentiation. It may be on the basis of the sects, it may be on the basis of the information. Maybe in a family, one son is engineer, highly, I can say, taken good education, other son might have just passed 12th exam. And now the differentiation starts on the basis of the information. So these are, because here the gross misunderstanding is, if the preconditioning of the other matches my, other is like me, while the reality is every human being is like me. So these are some of the ways in which the differentiation happens. Differentiation is disrespect, it is not naturally acceptable, and that's why we see that there have been opposition, there have been movements for gender equality, movements for this equality, you can say, whatever that differentiation on the basis of the race that was happening, there have been opposition, there have been movements, because differentiation is disrespect, not naturally acceptable. Because, and why this differentiation is happening? Because this preconditioning, this assumption, what is that? I am special, I am unique, different than the other. And with this preconditioning, the differentiation is happening, and whatever is there in my imagination, that is expressed in the form of the behavior with the other human beings and work with the rest of the nature. Even with the nature also, I think everything which is there around me is for my pleasure. So whenever I want, I can cut a tree. Whenever I want, I can just hold one animal, put in the cage. So whatever you can say, this preconditioning, I can say, in fact, whatever that imagination, that is expressed in the form of the behavior with other human beings, and work with the rest of the nature. So coming back to this, the minimum content of the respect is that other is similar to me because our purpose, program and potential is same. So at the level of the self, there is, they can say, but now if we just see, these are some picture. For example, now I am there, this is self 1, then this is another person, then one more and one more. If we see in this particular case that all of us are having the same intention, but our competence may be different. Yes. So respect, the other is similar to, we are complemented to each other. Now even though you can say, or in fact at the level of the purpose, program and potential we are similar, but there is some difference. But what is that? That difference is in the competence. On the basis of the right evaluation of our mutual competence, I recognize our complementarity and fulfill it. Now when I compare my competence with other person, extremely early it may be same, but otherwise what is going to happen, either my competence will be more or competence of the other person will be more. So if the other has more understanding, if I find that in the same situation he is able to be more responsibly, is always comfortable, means he has more understanding than me, is more responsible than me, then I am committed to understand from the other. But if I have more understanding, then and I am more responsible than the other, then I live with responsibility with the other unconditionally, unperturbed by the behavior of the other. I am able to see that the other one is lacking in the competence. I am able to see that my student is lacking in the competence. Maybe he is not submitting the assignments on time, coming late for the lectures, and so on, failing in the exams. So what it means, it is his lack of the competence, but I have more understanding, I am more responsible than the other. I live with the responsibility with the other unconditionally, unperturbed, undisturbed by the behavior of the other, and I am committed to facilitate understanding in the other once the other is assured in the relationship, not before that. Unless the other is assured, even if I place him the proposal, maybe after going home I will start telling my family, yes, physical facilities are so and so, let us stop purchasing. It will not happen unless I myself start reducing, and unless I am able to show that it is possible to live with the existing physical facilities. They may at certain point they will ask me, why this, why do you think so? Then I can discuss, I can even then I can put a proposal. If they say yes, they will also reduce. So many times what happens, without the other being assured in the relationship, we start many times forcing the proposals on him, and that doesn't work. And the other is when not listening, again our opposition starts thinking, we think that I am telling you all good, still you are not listening, because somewhere the other is not assured in the relationship. So if I have more understanding, I am more responsible than the other, and I am committed to facilitate understanding in the other once the other is assured in the relationship, not before that. This is the complete content of the respect. That is, other is similar to me, we are complementary to each other. And that lack of the competence, now it includes all these. For example, my student may not be able to, as I said, that I am trying to teach him, the student is not able to understand. Then I try once, twice, thrice, and then many times I get irritated. I think that this fellow is not worth that, and then I may simply get angry with him and he may go away. But in fact, do I do the same thing with my child? How I taught my child to walk when he was 9, 10, 11 months old? In the first try, did he started walking? He will fall down. But then I help him, not once, not twice, not thrice, so many times in a day and for so many days, and one day that child started walking on his own or her own. Because there I am able to see the relationships. I have given birth to him, I need to tell him how to walk. A student is not able to, I am explaining, student is not able to solve the problems, I get angry. But do I do the same thing with my son? Suppose at home there is some maths I try to explain. If it is my own brother, I will try to explain him once, twice, or I will go to basics, what is the base required for that. If you see the students' status today, at home parents lacking right understanding, the state of the society, lot of competition, lot of expectations from the parents. And with all such, I can say these such expectations, that child comes to the college and he is expecting maybe I will be getting good teachers and good environment, and sometimes even that is not happening. The poor child, he doesn't know where to go. And only when we talk to them, there are very different stories, and many times we really don't know. In fact, that's why it has started even that mentoring program. But now the UHV gives us a chance to discuss these proposals, help the students to understand and develop this right understanding. So the complete proposal is that complete content of the respect is other is similar to me, we are complementary to each other. If you see, in fact, this is that diagram, that intention is same for all of us 100%. Maybe you can say I am there, this is my competence, competence of somebody may be less than me, competence of some third person may be more than my competence at random, competence of any person may be more or less than me. But in that case, but our intention is same, each one of can explore and improve our competence. In fact, that is the program for the whole life. As we have seen, our purpose, program and potential is same for all of us. If competence of somebody is less, I will help him to improve his competence to bring him to my level. If somebody has more competence, I will take his help. I am ready to take his guidance to improve my competence. And that is my program, without getting irritated, without getting angry. And with this, the feeling of complementarity, that other is similar to me, we are complementary to each other. The competence of various people may be quite different. The respect is the right evaluation of the intention and competence. That just intention is same, our purpose, program, potential is same. The competence part may be different, and in fact that is what we try to do whole life, improve our competence, and that includes the skill part. Yes, please.
Sir, when we know that the other party has higher competence than what I have, it is not always possible to catch him up or increase my competency by doing so, by seeing him or by following him. It is not possible. But what is best is knowing where you stand, what your competence level is. So it is not up to you. So that person has higher competence. So ask for example, let this work be done by you. I am less competent than you. This work can be done by you. Please do this. By requesting so, you are showing where you stand and you are respecting the other party. They will definitely take it up.
Yes. Without, we can say, without getting disturbed, I remain comfortable, and with that, I take their help or I will help the other. So take away with the feeling of the complementaritiness, all the specific characteristics at the level of the body, physical facility, belief, etc. can be used to express that complementarity. Whatever difference is there, for example, the difference of the physical strength is there, I will not use that to differentiate, but I will use that for complementarity. In fact, many times we are doing, for example, now we are going for a trip. At our family, we can say there are some young people, some children are there, some old people are there, their physical strengths are different. That strength, physical strength is different. If you are going for a trip, there are different bags. Then what generally happens? The young people who have got more physical strength, they will take the heavy bags. There is, suppose now my 10-year son is there, he will take a lighter, we can say, bag. Suppose some child is there, we just give him that, we can say, the water flask. And parents, we may simply say, you simply come down, you don't take any luggage with you. So whatever the difference is there, that difference I use for complementarity. I don't use that difference, that you can say, for differentiation. For example, a person with greater physical strength can do the heavy work. A person at high post can take the responsibility for harmony of the larger order, for the development of more people, with the feeling of the complementariness, the other feelings naturally flow. So now differentiation, now what is happening, this is the way we try to differentiate, whereas the respect on the basis of the self is that here what is happening, that I try to differentiate, I try to show that I am different than the other, we are competitors, and I make effort to accentuate the difference, to manipulate, exploit the other, whereas respect is right evaluation on the basis of the self. We are similar, we are complementary to each other, and depending upon level of the competence, either I will help the other or take his help. So this is the sum up, the respect as the right evaluation. If there is any question we can take, otherwise we will start with other feelings. Are we able to relate to this discussion? Yes? Is it really happening with us? Yes, no? At workplace, at family, in the society? In one of the colleges, actually, when I was discussing this respect, and somewhere that reference of suicide came, suddenly I found that there was complete silence for certain, you can say, certain time. I didn't understand why this, you can say, happened, but then we continued this discussion, etc. And in the evening, that LPC told me that at the same issue, just 10 days back, a student had committed the suicide. What had happened, that he was in love with some girl, and then at certain point she found some other boy, and when he came to know about that, he committed this. Just see, what is, now that boy wants to be happy, but what is his definition? Getting married to this particular girl will make me happy. his definition of the marriage is getting married to that girl. And when he observed that I'm not going to get that girl, means I cannot be happy, I don't want to be unhappy, it is better to end my life. But had that student received that yes, this happens, but what is happiness? That can be developed by the right understanding and right feelings. And if student is able to explore such things, will not happen. And as a teacher, it is our responsibility, because as a teacher, we have this opportunity to help thousands of students. At least there are 60 students in a class which I am teaching. And at least 2-3 of them need some help. They may not be speaking, I may not be aware, but what is going on in them, we don't know. Yes, so any question about respect? Otherwise, I will invite Didi. Yes, yes. Where is the mic? Yes.
I just wanted to give my observation, which is in the last time, I mean the practice.
Backslide.
No, sir.
Achha, same.
Practice. Once the other is assuring relationship, I'm not before that. Actually, yesterday, Nidhi was saying that she made that Monica sit in the class. I think she did that. She tried to teach him before he is in a relationship. I mean, teacher and student relationship. And she did. I just want to share that.
Yes. Yes.
It's expectation coming to picture and we are talking about this respect and trust.
Yes.
Can the person, other person, can he or she reach the expectation of the others? Because when it comes to family, they will be expecting something, they will be having us love everything, and they will be having some expectations also. So, will it play any role in this?
It is very natural to have expectations. But one more expectation, that all my expectations will be fulfilled, is not correct. Some of them will be fulfilled, some of them will not be fulfilled. I am ready for that. I have so many expectations from my wife, from my spouse. Some of, depending upon her competence, some she is able to fulfill, some not possible, or it may take some more time. I am ready for that. I am supposed to be ready for that.
We have to be supposed.
Yes.
The commitment.
Yes, that is the commitment. Yes. That's why I can say, even with the students, if you see, the problem with the students is that their parents are having very exaggerated expectations from them. The child may be average, but the parents are having a lot of expectations. And the child is coming to the college with that heavy baggage of expectations of the society, parents, all that. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
I think respect is naturally acceptance. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, peace is natural acceptance.
Yes.
Every country needs it. Every person, every family. But now I already mentioned yesterday, two countries they don't want peace.
Yes.
To get peace, they have to fight. So here, what I am trying to say is, everybody wants respect. Everybody wants harmony. But the situation is going like this. As long as good is there on the earth, bad should be there. Because whenever God is there, whenever we believe God and supreme power, the anti-power is also there. When I try to respect you, in the sense some other person, they won't respect. If harmony happens throughout the nation, if all these nine feelings everybody follows, it will become a heaven. But if the thing is not like this.
Yes. Okay, so that, as I said, now that the war between the countries, that is there. But yes.
Counter are my words.
Yes. But I can check at my home, at my department, do I want to have the peace or I want to make it a war? Let me start from there, or within me. Even you can say that comes next, within me, do I want to be comfortable every time? Or I want to have this conflict within me, this war within me every moment? And what is my program for that? And that is why I can say even yesterday evening that as I start understanding myself, let me start from there, then I try to understand harmony in the family, harmony in the society, existence, then I will understand all this. Even the country who is going for war say the same thing. That this is what they say, I am doing it for benefit of my country people. That country which started the war, what their president says that I am doing this to protect my citizens, means he is able to see the relationship with the citizens of his country, but he is not able to see the relationship with the people of other country with whom he is fighting for the war. If he is able to see that I am related to every other human being, these things will not happen. The negotiations can happen if they are having any problem. But otherwise, in fact, that's why this defense expenditure of most of the countries is 40-50% of their total budget. Every country is trying to protect, and even there, what is the name of that? You can say defense ministry. Nobody is saying it is an attack ministry, because there also the intention is to defend our people. And somewhere now there I can say that is happening. But now let me start from ourselves, and as we start explaining, at least that has been Didi will say, at least see here now, since it has been since last 4 years, we did almost same time in the just before we can start off the corona, May June 2020, and we also having the same questions, same doubts. But as we start exploring volunteering, the outside situation is more or less same, but at least we have become comfortable within ourselves. And most of these problems we are able to see that, yes, we can find out the solution. At least I become comfortable within, with my family members, with my students. That is a big gain, we can say. It will take a lot of time to, we can say, find the solutions or get resolved. But at least we can start from ourselves.
Sir, as sir was asking regarding the qualities to be followed, those are actually feelings. You are not going to follow certain feelings. It is something innate which comes up, it drops, it springs suddenly. Basically, if you take psychology of a person, we have mind operates at 3 levels. Like, you have ego and superego. If you are taking only purely animal instincts operate there. If you are egoistic, where you feel that I am important. If you superego state, you are talking about where there is a refinement in the thought process of a person. So when you attain this stage, it's not following. That's a feeling within you. You have to develop that. If you want somebody to follow, there will always be somebody breaking that rule. It's not a hard and fast rule which you need to follow.
Okay, we will also try to explore that. Yes. Yes.
I want to add some points, sir. Please, whatever you are saying, I've been able to understand, sir. Means, first we have to change by ourselves first. Okay, that is possible, sir. But outside things changing is, I think that is a little bit difficulty is there. Means I will speak little history, sir, again. Let us consider example of Taiwan.
No, yes, I will just, yes, it's
small
not,
countries.
yeah.
Very small countries with less power.
Mhm.
You cannot create peace at all. Is Kashmir.
Mhm.
They don't want to do any politics on any country.
Mhm.
Nothing to do.
Mhm.
Even Nepal.
Mhm.
Wherever less population,
Mhm.
less economy.
Mhm.
Very small country, very peaceful country.
Mhm.
Means outside the boundaries, not in the mainstream. Not willing to fight at all.
Mhm.
But they are also not enjoying the peace.
Mhm.
Means whoever having power,
Mhm.
they will try to occupy. That is general scenario in the world.
Mhm.
Even for example, you are having small 50 square feet land.
Mhm.
Beside your house, there is 500 square feet house is there.
Mhm.
Generally, they will show some difference to you. Try to grab it the less cost.
Mhm.
Natural scenario will not go like this.
Mhm.
Ourselves we can change,
Mhm.
but outsiders, how can we handle with this piece? Means
It is,
possible.
I will just say everything. It is sufficient that we do the exploration, and with that, as I said, now outside situation may remain same, will be comfortable. That is what I can say. Didi said, na, that as I try to have these feelings within me, as I am able to ensure the feelings within me, I will be happy. Yes.
Sir, one more question.
But yeah, about ourselves, not about society. Yes.
Sir, all the differentiations, so that the differentiations ultimately leads to the discriminations.
Yes.
But which is disrespect, it is not a natural acceptable.
Yes.
So what happens, sir?
Yes, means what is the question? I didn't get it. Whenever we are differentiating it is disrespect. Whereas what is the reality? The reality is every other human being is similar to me. Say the differentiation happens. In fact, maybe you can say that we can say newspaper. Somebody you can say was wearing a dhoti. He was not allowed in certain mall. That was a news somewhere, right? So we are different. We are trying to differentiate on the basis of what the person is wearing. We are trying to differentiate whether somebody is speaking in the English or is speaking in the local language. At road, suppose we are going, if somebody asks us where is in English some address, maybe we will tell him. If somebody is asking the local language, having torn clothes, we may even not look at him. He may be asking the same question. So we are differentiating because somewhere we assume ourselves to be partial, but we have to see that the other is a human being, other person is a human being. Coexistence of self and the body, and at the level of the self we are related. In fact, why we can say this question on the TV, we see this news, we can say, maybe you can say, or suppose by the side of the road, when you are going, some such accident happens, somebody is injured, we feel bad. Why? Because we are related to every other human being. It is my assumption that I am married to some lady, I am related to her. He is my son, I have given him the birth. These are my parents, I am only related to them. But we are related to every other human being. And that is the reality. As we start observing this, we'll become comfortable that every other human being is similar to me. So with this now, we come to end of this topic. Okay, and now I'll invite Didi to share with other feelings. Yes, yes. Now remaining questions Didi will answer.
Yes. Please, you get it.
Yes. 5 minutes. 2 minutes only. Yes.
Sir, by looking at these 9 feelings from trust to love,
Yes, you
in
can
the movie,
continue.
the heroine says like this, I love you, but I am not in love with you.
We,
Because sometimes being good is also, and in my experience, sometimes being good also bad. My experience is, whenever my in-laws not feeling well, they want to inform us. Then my in-laws have one son and one daughter. The daughter is my wife, unfortunately. And the daughter is my brother-in-law. He is also married. So whenever they are not feeling well, in the beginning, as I born and brought up in a UHV family, like good family, I have values. So whenever they were not feeling well, they used to call us. Because of having a small we used to go first. Then my brother-in-law. Whenever they inform the same news, my brother-in-law's wife, nothing but my in-law's daughter, let us go wait. Like that, she wanted to make me a late. But here, my wife, as a daughter of my in-laws, she wanted to make me hurry. We have to go first. So in this way, in a year, 3 times we went faster than my brother-in-law. So he got the feeling that my means according to me, he thought that my father will get my hope. I think he was going every time first. He was very close with my father and mother. He got that feeling. Whenever some incident takes place, he will support me. So first 9 feelings became what? I tried to show 9 feelings. He used to show the 10th feeling. My age is not good. So whenever this type of problem arises, my in-laws actually they have to make me sit together and they have to talk. He is our son-in-law, you are my son, this is correct, this is wrong. They won't touch the issue, simply they will leave it, 2, 3 issues. So when I try to show the 9 feelings, he is showing 10 feeling. So now if they call me, they go on, that is my tension. If I go fast, he will hurt. If I won't go, she will hurt. What will we do?
I have one clarification.
As my uncle is not resolving the issue, I called my mother. I called my mother and told about these issues. Okay, with the right understanding, whatever is good, we go there and come. You have my house, no problem. If he is feeling that you will take care of the house, we don't want their house, we have. So no problem. Your duty is, as you got their daughter, whenever the problem comes, you go there and attend.
Sir, I want one clarification. Sir, you have mentioned the differentiations and all that. Do you want to say that lack of differentiation is respect? And then what makes that?
We talked about feeling of respect as right evaluation. Whenever the right evaluation is not taking place because of my lack of right understanding, it is happening in these three ways: over, under, and otherwise. So when we both are differentiating with each other, I am saying you are from one branch based on a belief that people from computer branch are of this type and people who are from mechanical branch are of this type. This is the belief system we both have, and based on that, come back Bhaiya. See how engrossed we can be. But it's okay, come back. All are back? We are talking about this feeling of respect. Bhaiya has put a question. Do you mean to say that lack of differentiation is respect? Respect is right evaluation. When right evaluation doesn't take place because of my lack of right understanding, three forms of evaluations I am going through: over, under, otherwise. The example which we were considering were belief system we have. Belief was the third option. Okay. Now I have this belief that people who are from mechanical engineering are good. Example. And Bhaiya is supporting other branch of engineering students, computers. Now what will happen? A student comes to me, a first year student. I do not know the branch. I interact and then I ask which branch you are from. The student says computer engineering. Now it is possible when I am not aware, I might be considering the student specific to the branch and will start evaluating them based on the branch. Then what I will say, you are from computer engineering branch, no, this is going to happen. So what I did is, I under-evaluated student based on my belief. So differentiation when leads to doing over, under or otherwise evaluation is the problem. First part, differentiation leading to fulfilling this relationship for complementarity part leads to ensuring respect. Is that okay? So it is going to happen that we will be having differences, many differences. Okay? And one of the major difference which we have is difference in the competence. So when this right evaluation on the basis of purpose, program, potential happens within me, when I am able to see that this person, whatever they are doing, the purpose is ensuring happiness and prosperity in continuity. For that, they will also have to go through this program of understanding. I will also have to go through that program of understanding. If they have not gone through this program of understanding and if I have not gone through this program of understanding, we both will keep doing over, under or otherwise evaluation of each other. We both have the potential that we can observe the feelings within us. We both have the potential that we start seeing our own desires. Whenever I see that there is this issue, and when I know with this reference I'll be able to fulfill it, that possibility which we all have this possibility that I can look into my desire, each one of us can look into our own desires, and when I see the source is one of the three, source is one of the three. If it is this source, I am okay to go ahead. If it is this source, this possibility of shift from this to this is there. If this work happens, I will be okay, And if the same work happens in the other will also be okay, and we both have the potential to do so. The only question remains is of my decision that I want to do it. When I take this decision that I want to go through this shift, I will take the effort. I am taking effort, but the other is not taking the effort. What should we do? I am taking effort. I am that good member of the family who is taking the effort, but other family members are not taking effort. What should we do? Continue with our own development. And when I say continue with my own development, that includes that relationship. So irrespective of what you are doing, because of lack of competence, it is my responsibility that I have to work on here and also draw your attention to this. So when these both take place simultaneously, this possibility of competence development is there. And this work, as Bhaiya was saying this example, I will ask and request them if they are more competent than me. This is going to happen only when I have this feeling of respect, right evaluation ensured in me for them. Otherwise, I will say, Bhaiya, you are at such a higher post, I can't come and ask you for help. Now what I did, based on post, one person's over-evaluation, based on post, mine under-evaluation. So when this other, under, over will keep happening, I will not be taking help or giving help. This taking and giving help, on the very first day, Bhaiya had shared points that when we help other, we feel happy. This sharing of the help in terms of whatever possible way makes a human being very, very comfortable. Now, till this time, my focus was, I have physical facility, so I will share it with you. You have physical facility, so you share it with me. So my expanse was limited to physical facility. Now we are going one step ahead of it. Physical facility is required for body. But for me, beyond that is required is what physical facility to use, how to fulfill the relationship, and if for that I can be of help to the other, or for that if I can take the help from the other. That is sharing. What Bhaiya did and went to his mother and asked, now what I do? That was the help he sought from his mother because he could see she is more competent. Right now what is happening with me, you are more competent than me, but I somehow do my own over-evaluation and say, I am such an experienced person, you are younger than me, why I should go and take help from you? Then whether the development of that relationship will take place. We took examples of these differentiations because they are right now somehow stopping me in having that interaction with the other person based on any basis. I was sharing it with Bhaiya yesterday. Initially when I went for workshops, I used to be very worried for it because very few earlier workshops, many senior faculty members used to be there, and one of the senior most faculty member told me on the very first day, this 12th standard girl, what she is going to do with us. And I became very worried because of it, because I was not able to do my right evaluation. And this is going to happen. People around me, because they are not able to do this right evaluation part for themselves or for any other person, they will keep doing over, under, or otherwise evaluation for me also. Now what is my role? Bhaiya was giving this example of suicidal attempts in IITs when we were discussing about the implications at the end, the suicide was the word written, no? Many IITian students are also going through this. Do you think that at the level of skill or intelligence they are less than anybody else? Not at all. What went wrong then? My family members kept on doing over evaluation for me before IIT time. I went to IIT, my professors kept on showing me where I stand in terms of skill, and that might not be acceptable to me, and I considered it as under. Over, under, sometimes otherwise keeps making me so uncomfortable that now I don't think that I'll be able to live with happiness. And so I take the decision. Now when everybody else is doing one of these three for me, can I do my own right evaluation? And this we were talking about as and the base of that is right evaluation. Base of that is right evaluation, that I am coexistence of self and body. Skill is one part of my living. More than that is the competence with which I am living. If I am more responsible, my natural acceptance reference is more. If I am not responsible, I am an irresponsible person. Why it is happening? Because I am either getting governed by this or this. Whenever I shift here, I will be taking more and more responsibilities. Right now, not happening. Shift is possible? Yes, it is possible. Work on me. So this is the purpose of this whole discussion, of bringing this differentiation into our discussion. Okay? And with this, we are starting with justice in human-human relationship. How many feelings we have covered till now? Two? Trust and sure, we went through respect. Great. Means you will or there, no?
But I was thinking justice is not there.
Yes, because we are reaching there. Didi wants mic if somebody can pass.
Ma'am, regarding right evaluation you are telling me, I would like to see a concept related to that. If you want to get right evaluation of anything or any person, we should come out of one thing called preconceived notion. The concept is there called preconceived notion. Before meeting a person, before going to seminar, before going to any workshop like this, if you have already built some convictions, some beliefs or some information about that, you can't write evaluation. So, even in a relation involving, they all spoke about in-laws and daughter-in-laws relation. In that case also, there is one preconceived notion that in in-laws house we may not be treated well, something. So all these things, wrong evaluation, will happen only because of the so-called preconceived notion. The concept is there in education. So when we want to get right evaluation, we have to go and meet other person with clean brain. No ideas and no beliefs must be there. Then only we can do correct evaluation. So I think this is useful because if we are coming to this workshop now, I might get some information from here and there from some people nearby that these kind of workshops might be like this, like that. If I have those are thoughts in my brain, I can't evaluate the entire situation correctly. This happened with me, not only with me, everyone will feel the same thing. If you have some reserved beliefs. So when you want to get correct evaluation, please go there and meet others in clean and open way. Then you can assess correctly. I think this concept will be useful in future so that I put forth.
Hence, we started with being aware of our own imagination, which is mostly governed by preconditioning. And as Didi rightly pointed out, hence on the first day itself, this came in front of us that we do not have to accept, do not have to reject, we do not have to consider it right, not wrong, but we are going to verify each of the proposal which is going to come. And the same as Didi is mentioning, I'll be doing for a person also. You know, when I'm meeting them, I'll be able to see that this person is not what I am looking at them or their degrees, but this coexistence of self and body is there. In one of the workshops, I had asked participants for the list upon which currently we are ensuring respect. Currently, what is the way, which helps us to ensure respect for the other? Can you give any pointers based on what right now we are ensuring respect?
Based on an appearance.
Appearance is the financial status, behavior, knowledge, position, kindness, behavior included in that? So now today's assignment for all of us is these parameters we will write. We also went through this differentiation, no? What appearance we said is body, and we considered that. Now based on appearance, you would say this person doesn't appear good, so we don't have to listen from them. For somebody else, it would be if the person is good in appearance, I would only listen from them. So this keeps happening, the kind of dress I'm wearing, the kind of hair I have, the kind of voice I have. If we keep depending on our respect for the other person based on that, do you think then for me somebody will be able to ensure respect?
It will be temporary if you're going by these. Like, if you do not have proper dress, maybe your clothes are torn, but your ideology is good, if you can make people understand that, definitely you can feel respect from others.
So the focus has been mostly on body. That's what I'm
That's
trying
only
to.
the first appearance, first impression. It may change, and it is always a possibility as such.
And hence, this example of air hostess flight attendants I gave, we considered one part as behavior, no? I am behaving very, very nicely with you when you are around me. Can that be considered as the evaluation point for someone? Yes? So it means my behavior in front of you is very, very good, but as I go back, I might be not saying good things about you. Will you be comfortable with this?
No.
So what we are trying to bring our attention to is this behavior part which is getting expressed through body is the outcome of what goes on here. So if directly I am able to see this part, then variations here will not be disturbing for me. The example of teacher scolding a student, in terms of behavior, was it okay? But when the attention goes to this part and from this it goes to intention part, and when the student is able to look at this, then whether this matters?
I don't agree that. Say, if someone says bitter things in front of my friends, and I'm on my back saying some bad words about me, why should I care about what they say about me? Either in front of me or behind.
Bhaiya is saying he doesn't get disturbed because of behavior from someone, and that is good. But because we considered behavior as one of the parameter for ensuring respect, we discussed this. Okay, so now I will keep it open. I will keep checking at what points I am ensuring trust, at what points I am ensuring respect, and whether it is fluctuating. Will I be comfortable if somebody else does that fluctuating part for me? All are back? If anybody is sleeping, help them get up. Okay. We are coming to feelings part, and we went through the feeling of trust and respect. Trust is to be assured that other wants to make me happy and prosperous, and respect is doing right evaluation on the basis of self, using body as the mechanism for fulfillment. Now with this, when I have this trust and respect for one person, one individual, trust means I am able to see that this person wants to make me happy and prosperous. I see it. I could feel it. I did right evaluation of this person, and my right evaluation also, that I am also self and body, the other person is also self and body. Now, in respect we saw this, the other is like me. The other is like me. Now I am seeing the other is like me based on purpose, program, potential, variation in competence for them, for me. Now based on this, if this much I am able to see for this person, do you think I will be finding them related to me? Have you experienced this? In the first year, second year, when students come in the new classes, they form groups. On what basis the groups are formed? Based on their interests. Okay. Previous studies. Okay. Like-minded area, which course they want to opt for in the future. So do you see this possibility that I try to connect with people having some similarity with me?
Yes.
Happens? Now this proposal I got when we were discussing about feeling of respect, the other is me. Who is this other? Who is this other?
The person who is like-minded, who thinks like me.
Yes. The person who is like-minded like me, okay.
Definitely we will respect them.
Okay. I will repeat my question. I will repeat the question. We went through the proposal on respect. At the end, this line was written. I am asking, who is this other? With respect to the proposal which we saw, purpose, program, potential.
The other is
Other self?
yes.
So if it is other self, it could be anyone?
Obviously.
So now I am putting one more proposal. Earlier I said, you are from my town? Oh, I would like to connect with you. You are from my department? Oh good, I would like to connect with you. Oh, you are from my parents' place? I want to connect with you. So the possibility of connection was 1, 2, 3. Now are we seeing that it is increasing? Okay. So now we are coming to this feeling of affection and saying the feeling of being related to the other. Now who is this other? It could be anyone with whom I am able to have that assurance on trust and respect. So now when I am having such a feeling, when I am accepting the other as my relative, on the basis that the other is like me. Now it could be my HOD.
Trust doesn't come, it is only respect.
Without clarity on intention, will I be able to evaluate the other rightly?
No. See, you gave 3 variables, right? And one because this comes from my region, I've known you because I come from the same department. And you know him because he comes from your locality.
Bhaiya, mic, please.
In such a scenario, the question of trust has not arisen. It is the question of respect for each other that you've developed or you've mutually inculcated, because all 3 are in line with what you have thought or what is your precondition. So that is the first parameter. The second parameter is because you've not gone beyond that, so probably the question of trust doesn't arise right now. So what is my say is, without the process which goes a little forward, how can you build trust at this premature stage? This is what is my question.
We started with this 3 connections. First step. Okay, because I found some similarity, and then we went ahead 1 step. Now we are referring to this other as similar to me, as like to me. On which basis? Which basis? Purpose, program, potential. For this, what is the basis? When I am referring self, am I able to see that I have these 3 possibilities? Here we are same. One self and the other self. Here we are same. I am taking this reference now onwards to connect with anyone, and hence, to begin with, I can have the clarity that other wants to make me happy and prosperous is the first part. But when I interact with you, when you interact with me, I am that travel who is traveling with you. You see that the person actually might take your mobile phone is the evaluation of competence. And based on this competence evaluation, now you will be having a program for that journey with me. For that journey, because you could see that my competence is less, but you started with this. Now you are comfortable within. You are comfortable within, and now you are going to have a program that let us keep everything away from this person. Be comfortable with them, keep the things away from them. When we went through trust, we were taking example of that criminal and terrorists. Okay? Can I say that I can trust a thief? Can I say that I can trust the thief? Trust is possible.
And you have come up with the precondition there. How do you call him a thief? So don't you think that you come up with a precondition for it? If you say he's a person and then you tell him later on, then what you're saying is something which I wouldn't have to think.
We'll add it. Anything you want to add?
You see, can I trust a thief? You're saying thief is trusted by some people. He is not totally distrusted. Thief will have his own coterie. Okay, so no person in this world is not to be trusted or to be trusted. But when it comes to me, unless I know that he is a thief, I can't judge, right? I can't take your opinion or somebody's opinion. Again, verification part should be there, as you have been teaching us. So you can't say that he is thief outright.
This is what Bhaiya is trying to say.
One more thing.
Bhaiya,
He
mind.
is a thief, but his wife believes that he is a good father and she can entrust the child to his father and she can go there. He's a thief.
Okay. Can we start again with trust? Great. With Bhaiya's concern, I will start and then I'll come here. Bhaiya said, how can you call a person as a thief? Okay? Right. Now, I am meeting that person in the prison. Okay? And this label has been attached by someone that by profession they are thief. Okay? Now I am asking beyond that. Now will you be comfortable to travel with such a person is my question. Will you be comfortable to travel with such a person? Yes, no.
Because if you are in a police department,
Great. And hence we are not calling police here, we are calling ourselves here. I am taking my reference being a teacher in some college. Would I be comfortable in traveling with such a person for whom I have received this information that they have this tendency to steal? Yes, no. Now there is no other way that you have to go with them. Now, huh?
if you don't have anything with you, we can go.
Great. Beyond that, I am telling you that you have a very valuable asset with you. Now let me know what you are going to do. And I am coming to you. Now I am asking about your own state of comfort, your own state of stability. I'll be careful. Oh, sorry. What about your own state of comfort?
Definitely we feel uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable because I am not able to have this program on the basis of competence. And hence now onwards, this proposal is put. Starting to see a person on the basis of this. Starting to see any person on the basis of this. What is your intention? To make you happy, make you prosperous? What must be their intention? To make themselves happy. Purpose, happiness and prosperity program, understanding, potential, I have and they have. Now, right now I am getting stuck here and questioning my own program, their program. For them, the program of living is to steal and live happily. For me, the program is accumulate, keep it safe and live happily. And hence, this relatedness, why I brought this issue of trust and respect is, at this moment, I am able to have this trust on intention for one person, another person. Do I see the possibility that it can expand? Do I see the possibility that I can evaluate each one on the basis of this and this three? And when that happens within me, will I be able to accept the other as my relative? Right now, my expanse of accepting the relative is only this person because they are from my team. Example. Some similarity ground I find and connect with only them, when otherwise actually the possibility was there with connecting all. So what I am missing on is seeing this three and looking at just this part and becoming uncomfortable in my own self and having a program which will keep on disturbing them as well as keep on disturbing me. We are coming back after break.